This is Jason Patrick. Welcome to the Frog Brothers Podcast.
Hi, I'm Jameson Newlander, Alan Frog from the Lost Boys, and you're watching the Frog Brothers Podcast.
What's Scooby doing running from us, Spooky Ghost?
It's refreshment time, folks.
Are either one of these any good?
Do you like scary movies?
I don't watch movies.
I have to return some videotapes.
You have a TV?
No. I just like to read the TV guide. Read the TV guide. Don't need a TV.
Books, records, films, these things matter. Call me Shell. It's the fucking truth.
Over 1,600 titles, each for rent at just $2 the first night, and only
Finish him.
I don't watch TV.
Yeah, but you are aware that there's an invention called television, and on this invention they show shows, right?
Watch a few movies, take a few notes.
Okay, I want channels 18, 24, 63, 109, 87, and the Weather Channel.
Welcome to the Frog Brothers Podcast with your hosts, Justin and Alec.
Hello, and welcome to the Frog Brothers Podcast.
Welcome.
My name is Justin.
I'm Alec.
And I'm Nick.
Nick's the Dark Knight. Hey, so I hope everyone...
Where are the dogs going?
Hope everyone had an awesome celebrate the genocide of Native Americans. So I hope you enjoyed your time with your family, celebrating all the things you have that were stolen from others.
I made pancakes and blueberry muffins.
I made meatloaf.
I had a nice, delicious vegan feast with the wife. And kids helped make some of the food, which was pretty cool.
And I helped.
And then we ate a lot of leftovers. It was good. It was good. Yeah, so coming back from that, pretty good stuff. We got a lot of shit to show off today.
Do it.
I haven't really got anything recently, but if you're a fan of the podcast, and hopefully if you're listening, you are.
It's
got some new Beducci Moogly logos available.
Magnetized.
These are magnets this time. Something a little different, but the company I get our stickers from had a nice little sale going the other day. And I was like, what the hell, get some of those.
I'm going to scrape the sticker off my mini fridge and put the magnet on.
That's fine, too.
No.
But if you're looking for this, you can get one free if you buy one of the World's Fair coins. I'm going to relaunch those here.
Fuck it!
You still got how many got of those left?
Ballpark of 40 or so.
Oh.
40?
Different quality, yeah.
Better get them while they last.
Yeah. So those will be available, but I'll throw one of these in free to anybody that orders now. So I also got my copy of the Canadian Mounted, a trivia guide to planes, trains, and automobiles. Now there is an actual book for this. It came out in 1981 per this trivia book, and I'm going to start looking for one of those, but I haven't found one yet.
Was it like a romance novel or what?
It is. It's a cheap porno flick for women. Women are non-traditionally, at least. We're in 2022 now, but in 1981 when this book came out, it was marketed more towards the female audience that didn't just read the Penthouse and the Playboy as they were targeting towards men and all that kind of shit. So different times, man. But I'm glad we've got porn for everybody, no matter what you like, you dislike these days. It's all available now. Back then, you had to read a book.
Flick your bean to some text.
Exactly. And then
the juice is flowing, though.
I got the 4K version of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Nick came over the other night, and we watched all the deleted and extended scenes.
Oh.
Quite enjoy.
I got the piano, guitar, and vocal version of the Twin Peaks music. This is a piece I randomly found on eBay, and I couldn't live without it, so I got it for less than the sticker price in the book. Great shape. And, of course,
That's what we need. We need that in our toy news segment, our toy reveal segment. We need it from Spaceballs. And I can't live without it!
Yes, and then I got the Kurt Cobain Suicidal E.T., wearing the flannel jacket here.
Does it come with the shotgun? With
it's been replaced.
You can put his toe in the...
It's been replaced by a walkie-talkie.
The gun barrel in there?
No, but to be honest with you, when I was looking at all these E.T. figures, I was thinking about toy photography in general.
Does that come with every single one of them?
No, they all have different accessories.
Pretty sure they have this one. I have not seen this one in person yet. I've seen the cross-dressing one, and then the ultimate, and then whatever that.
But you see what he's got right there that's also on a fan favorite receptionist of our the desk phone that he uses looks just like Janine's. So I was like, for a toy photography standpoint, I needed this one over the other
What are the
ones.
accessories on this? The speaking's was pretty cool too.
And the TV remote I liked.
Oh yeah.
And since I got a couple of toy TVs, you know,
that looks way better than the one that comes with it for actual photography. So
yeah, yep. So
Where'd you get this one at?
Deep discount.
Oh,
Ordered that about a month after I ordered my Alf figure, and
I've seen the other three at Walmart, but I haven't seen this one.
it's so weird that Alf was announced before all this shit, and Alf still has not hit stores. Like, did it get fucked into all the shipping stuff, and it's just sitting somewhere in a warehouse right now?
It's on a cargo ship. In the
Cargo
ocean
plane
somewhere.
full of rubber dog shit out of Hong Kong.
I found a VHS copy of Batman: Mask of the Phantasm
Nice.
for $2, and it came with the comic book adaptation of it.
We need to review some Kevin Conroy Batman. in
And
his
I
honor.
also picked up a VHS. Disneyland presents Main Street Electrical Parade Farewell Season. Pretty slick.
Why?
25 minutes. What do you mean why? I'm a Disneyland person and a Disney World person, if you don't know this.
Before the bad times in his life, he had happy times for that vacation.
That was a parade?
Unfortunately for me, around that time of vacation,
short
bad
parade.
things had already happened. So
Yep, different things for different strokes for different folks. That's why I have the Disney World trip thing hanging in my hallway, and there's a Disney World license plate out there, and Disney World is very close to my heart. So there.
So some good pickups. What have you been getting, Nick? You just got yourself a new toy.
Yeah, I just got a new laptop, but I've
Yeah.
also taken advantage of some Black Friday online deals.
Got some Waves audio plugins for the show I'll be using on some audio stuff. We're going to start doing a little bit more content than just the traditional podcast. So as we got time and things like that, you'll start seeing things pop in and kind of get figured out how to time manage all those projects.
But I ordered a bunch of new Mario Jack-specific toys. So
I'm off from work right now for my paternity leave and have not been getting as much done as I'd hoped, nor gaming as nearly as much as I'd hoped. But newborns don't sleep a lot, and it's been 5 years since the other one. So yeah, it's been a little while since I've been around a newborn. So lots of good stuff coming. We got a few things in the works too. We're excited to announce that once we get to there, but just know that the wheels are always turning.
Yeah, I don't have a good soundbite, but I would play one.
what? I already did that one.
I can do it a lot. I can do all of them a lot if I want. Effectively with no reason, too.
And if you want to add us and play some Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, Nick, what's your handle?
I don't know.
You don't know it? Mine is Mr. West Studios.
Well, remember, I changed it to my last name to get it on the name patch, and then they added a bunch of numbers after it. So it's Ryan 943267. I don't know.
I see.
I need to change it back, I guess.
Well, yeah, if you want a game with us online, find us there, and we'll
just message us online somewhere, and we'll send you the information.
Because there's not as many people playing there, but I know there's a lot of people that are trying to do some of the level ups and the contracts and things like that. So,
Yeah.
I see you got your Gremlins out.
2 of them.
Uh-huh.
Opened one of the Winter Gremlin packs for the display out there. There's also a Darth Vader bobblehead as Santa.
Nice, I like it.
Pinhead holding a Christmas gift instead of a lament configuration. And 1 or 2 other little Christmas things. A really old little Santa here.
I need a lament configuration ornament for my tree. Alec is talking through his throat right now, so he's doing like the throat vocalizations like they do in Bill and Ted 3.
I actually know how they do that.
Hey, let's gargle.
I can't do it, but I know how.
Let's gargle. Give me some of your water.
Hey, there's one thing I want to talk about real quick before we talk about Die Hard 2. And that's not it. So I read something earlier that said some people don't have like an inner monologue, like an inner voice.
Oh, you haven't read that already? I think I
Holy
might have.
shit, it's trippy as balls, man.
Without that, there would be no anxiety.
Does she just say?
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Because that's what my anxiety is. It's that voice going, "You fucked up," like constantly.
Does she say everything out loud then? Is it like Austin Powers after
You're
he gets
gonna fuck
reanimated?
up.
No, yeah, there's like, if you read the article, and it was an older article, but I just came across
I think I
it.
read that article a long time ago.
And I was fascinated because I'd never heard that, and they say some people are like 50% of the time or 100% of the time, but yeah, I've always got a voice inside
100% of the time.
Yeah, like
it's all the time.
Well, in the article they talk about like, are you listening to music or like doing that?
Well, what's interesting is people who speak multiple languages or grew up with multiple languages, hearing what they think in, what language they think in
what's
too.
their most native language is their inner dialogue?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Which makes sense.
I like that, but yeah, my inner voice sounds like my voice when I think to myself. So I thought that was fascinating.
Not
so,
Gilbert Godfrey.
Could you imagine? He probably fucking hates himself. Or he did, sorry.
Yeah, he passed.
Rip. So yeah, check that article out. I'll post it somewhere or something so you guys can see it. But if you have an inner monologue or not, let me know. Like, do you think things through, or do you just think them? And like, that's why
Bruce Willis was trending on Twitter.
Was he? Why?
Because a death rumor was happening for a minute.
Oh, somebody else had a death rumor the other day too. What?
Yeah.
I was on Hulu.
Twitter's fucking wild now.
I was on Hulu or something, and they're advertising his new movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, he did all these movies like.
I don't know.
I've seen one or two pop up at Walmart in the indie section or whatever.
Yeah, he did a lot of independent films just at the end. That's just a
fucking pay for existing.
Yeah.
I feel that. I don't blame him. Fuck it.
Life's tough.
Do some. Maybe some of them are pretty good. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Could be one out of the 10, maybe. I don't know.
You'd be surprised. Hey, speaking of Bruce Willis, so I got the TV VCR combo in the garage, and so I insulated my garage a lot better this year, so I can actually use it in the wintertime. And I was burning some firewood while watching Pulp Fiction on VHS, so I was going in and out of the garage and working around there, and it was nice just to throw on the old tape.
Yeah, I think I gave you that tape. I had that copy extra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have 2 copies still, but one's a promotional copy.
Well, the one I had seems like it says it's like an extended special cut, so there's no trailers on there at all. But there's like a video store trailer of the movie itself before it gets into the movie. It was fucking weird.
Huh.
So, but yeah, good stuff. It's a good feeling throwing that on.
That's probably my favorite Bruce Willis movie. I don't know if you call it a Bruce Willis movie, but a movie that he's in.
Yeah, probably.
That's good.
Could be up there. I don't know.
I quite enjoy the original Die Hard myself.
I do too, but Pulp Fiction is a goddamn masterpiece.
Pulp Fiction is a masterpiece.
Well, do we want to get into Die Hard too?
Yeah, let's jump into it.
Die Harder.
What segment do we want to call this?
Retro release reviews?
I suppose so.
You know what I just watched? Me pulling a can off some moron's fist? Return of the Jedi.
Did you see Alien? When that creature was in that guy's stomach?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You ever seen that really old movie? Empire Strikes Back?
Jesus, Tony.
Welcome to Retro Release Reviews.
Retro release reviews. The year is 1990. The film is Die Hard 2.
I was 7.
It's the 90s now, John.
Mm-hmm.
He's big into fax machines.
So let's talk about some of the supporting cast in this movie. People that you may have noticed.
Dennis Franz, who would a couple years later star in NYPD Blue, plays the airport police chief.
Yes.
Just to neuter you real quick, Robert Patrick.
Yeah, Robert Patrick, John Leguizamo are both henchmen in this movie.
What?
And one of the pilots, I
Where?
can't remember the guy's name, but he is
Colomini. The Irish guy?
The guy that dies.
The Air Force pilot? Yeah.
I don't know if he's an Air Force pilot. The guy that dies flying the plane, the one that crashes. The one that they crash that kills 230 people.
The one,
the terrorist.
The one with the British accent?
Yeah,
I don't know.
so.
I guess. He's British, but he's in a couple different things.
Well, he's Irish in real life.
Yeah, and I saw him in... Oh, fuck, he's in Gotham. He plays...
Okay.
Wait, no, he's not. That's not him. Fuck, I'm thinking of something else.
But you know who else is in there, though? William Sadler. And if you're fucking fans of Bill and Ted like we are, he plays Death in 2 and 3.
Classic.
Awesome stuff there.
We're talking about that guy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And he starred in Star Trek Deep Space Nine and several episodes with William Sadler.
Oh, he's in Speed, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
Colomini?
Yeah, him.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he's...
Then, of course...
He's an FBI agent or something.
He was in Under Siege with
DEA,
Steven Seagal.
maybe.
Yeah. This is a pretty stacked cast, especially for some of these like side characters that you're like, oh, okay.
Also, it opens with a 9/11 simulator.
Yeah. I mean, this whole movie is like in a post 9/11 world.
It's 9/11 times 100.
It's pretty bad. Now, that's not to say that...
This is also a horror movie, and it has a body count pretty fucking high, only behind Halloween 3.
Yeah, exactly.
230 people die in a fucking plane crash.
Yeah, it is pretty interesting that something like that happened and the good guy, lost and didn't stop it. That's
They would never have the plane
I
actually...
can't think of any other movie.
The plane would like land and like lose the wheels or something, and people would evacuate before it exploded in modern days if they're going to remake this.
You would think.
I don't see that.
I was expecting that. It's been a while since I've watched this one.
Yeah. You forget how was it better or worse than you remembered?
Better. I mean,
Me
I had
too.
fun time with it. Like, I was like, I don't take it too seriously.
I don't remember it, so it was better than I expected, I guess.
After watching this, I really want to review sometime soon Air Force One with Harrison Ford.
I think I say airplane.
We need to do the Air Force One versus Con Air. That's another versus.
Yes. Oh, let's do it. That'd be great. Because that's a pretty good.
That's another one of those verses we need to get to doing eventually in the new year, maybe.
No one knows about the verses because they never saw.
Well, we put up a poll and asked people to vote
lost
about it, but then our episode didn't. I can't remember what happened to it, but it disappeared.
It's our only lost episode.
It fucking glitched out or whatever. But
yeah, the hardware froze.
It was Dante's Peak versus Volcano, which eventually we're going to also do Deep Impact versus Armageddon. Obviously, there's a lot of big ones. We'll do Jack Frost Horror versus Jack Frost Michael Keaton.
We need to get a Venn diagram chart in here for these versus things.
I plan to do that. Like,
didn't we think of one
shit like
recently,
that.
or did I think of it? Maybe.
I don't know.
Contact versus The Arrival.
Die Hard 2 is a lot better than I remember it being, and it doesn't get the credit.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It embraces the Christmas a little more.
You think so?
A little bit. Just because it's snowy a lot, so it helps that imagery, and the music during even the action sequences has like a little bit of jingle bells and shit in there.
See, because I was reading online, like people who are Die Hard as a Christmas movie don't consider the second one.
They're fucking morons.
Like it doesn't have the same Christmassy themes or something.
So let's
literally
discuss
has Christmas music throughout.
So there's the
Merry Christmas is said in the opening 5 minutes. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, they say it's Christmas week. Why are you doing this Christmas week? Okay, so we get that setting, and this time we're in DC, so we've got the snow setting, right? Now the airport isn't all decked out like you would expect it to be from all the shops and shit, but they don't really show a lot of the shops in the airport then.
He has a fucking beeper, which is hilarious. Just times the movie.
Yeah, his stupid wife fucking pages him while he's trying to sneak up on the bad guys.
Well, it's crazy. It's like medical professionals still use pagers to some degree in some places.
Yeah.
And the news report about the fucking guy is relevant to the plot, obviously.
At the beginning, like so much of the Back to the Future stuff that you like as a kid, you're not paying attention to, but then you watch, you're like, oh wait, you tell me exactly what's about to happen right there.
Right. I love the naked evil Tai Chi. That's what I called it.
Yeah.
Right.
I said, at first I wrote karate, and I was like, that seems kind of ignorant. Martial arts is what I corrected.
See, I want to recut that and add some flopping sounds to, like when he's kicking and shit, just like some
I was trying to
real
see
natural.
if you could see the bottom of his sack a little bit. I think you can.
I don't know, man, but still.
I think I might get that scene and add the flopping sounds, put it on TikTok or something.
Then he blasts the TV with the remote.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
Which really got you shaking in your boots.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a bizarre scene to introduce us to the Colonel.
He needs to do more glute exercises.
Don't
Speaking
judge
of
people's asses, Nick.
Gluten. That's my transition there.
Oh, we planned that.
Progress peaked with frozen pizza.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I also wrote down they foreskin shadowed the villain there, per the DC conversation.
Yeah.
As you're doing all that.
I love technology. I used to carry mace. Now I have this.
She used it on her dog.
And
it limped for a week.
Just since I just said foreskin shadowing, it's called a clit hanger too. No longer a cliffhanger. Foreskin shadowing and clit hangers.
Wait, what could we versus Cliffhanger, the Stallone movie?
Oh, Vertical Limit.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Damn.
I was literally thinking that was one the other day I was thinking of.
What's that? What's that one that Martin Campbell directed?
You fucking tell me. You know who directed it.
It had Chris O'Donnell and then the girl from Goldeneye in it. Martin Campbell, who directed Goldeneye.
Nice. Oh, that's Vertical Limit with Bill Paxton.
Okay, you said
he's the villain in that.
That's right. I forgot that was the name.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, we got some good ones coming up then. Nice.
We should.
And Cliffhanger has fucking the guy from Michael Rooker, also with Stallone.
Isn't
And that's the opening is basically the
Isn't
Ace
John
Ventura 2.
Isn't John Lithgow the villain?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we should do a versus after Christmas. Ooh, because December 26th is a podcast day, and we could do the mountain ones because it's snowy. Yeah.
Or we could wait till it snows.
It'll probably snow by then.
We'll see. We already had snow once, but yeah. So Die Hard 2. So this movie has lots of fucking shootouts.
Yeah, the shootout in the church, and they take it over.
Yeah, which that guy didn't even like. They could have just.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nowadays they would have like gagged him and like thrown him to the side, but this time they just fucking execute him.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
He won't be touching
We always
any
see
more
in
children.
airport movies, man. They always show certain shit in airport movies, and baggage
they have
area is
to.
always the thing, you know. And of course, we get the guns blazing in that area, and you get the first big shootout there.
That had like the Terminator end of Final Act vibes, like with all the machinery going on.
With his head going into the.
Yeah. One of the guys dies. Then they got those walking escalators they do. Yeah. Later on, that comes into play.
Yeah, he does say something about sticking, somebody's thumb up their ass, I think, at some point. The name of this movie, let's talk about that real quick, is brilliant, I think.
Die Hard 2?
Die Harder. That's the subtext.
Mm-hmm.
Die Hard 2, Die Harder. Because it's stupid, it's brilliant.
I thought it was just a tagline. Is that not true?
No, there's actually been some of the home video releases.
I remember them.
Die Hard 2, Die Harder.
I remember them calling it Die Harder, but I also read somewhere it was just a tagline.
It's like Ghostbusters Answer the Call, where they.
But it is just on the tape here.
Yeah,
that was kind of retroactive too. Yeah.
Either way, I like it.
Which, speaking of Answer the Call, that might have helped its reception a little bit better if they'd had that subtitle from the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just calling it Ghostbusters. They're just erasing the original.
Mm-hmm.
I like the baggage kill there where the guy gets crushed. Where it's, the little rolling thing mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. And I think William Atherton is unnecessary in this movie, but you know what? Fuck it, I'll take it. I enjoyed it.
You know, the fact that
They brought, like, all kinds of people back for this that didn't need to be.
No, he did not need to be back whatsoever.
Reginald Vell Johnson gets a cameo.
Well, his cameo at least was a small. William Atherton's like...
Yeah.
Fucking, he causes a lot of shit.
They needed somebody for the wife to interact with as well, I think.
Yeah, and the cameo of Reginald made sense because he's calling him up in L.A. Hey, do me this favor.
Oh,
real
no,
quick.
I'm not disappointed that they did.
And so I like that. William Atherton, yeah, and then...
And he has a donut, doesn't he?
And she calls him Dick. That's your name, isn't it? Dick.
I don't know. I thought that was good. I mean, so this is a classic case of this is a screenplay that was written to be its own movie based off of a book, and then they're like, actually, we're going to make this Die Hard 2.
Die Harder.
So they basically rewrote it to fit the Die Hard mold and basically lifted that story from there and then kind of combined the two, which also happened for Saw 2. Saw 2 was written as something not based off a book in that case, but was written as just another movie script, and they're like, hey, no, we like this, but we're going to rework this to be Saw 2.
We need some name recognition.
Yeah, exactly. And you know how franchises go. Everyone's got to have their summer tentpole pitched, so...
And then they turn the runway lights off, and there's chaos in the tower.
And, yeah.
And again, we see a chainsaw cutting the power. That was phone lines in the first movie, but... fucking hilarious just for no reason.
Well, and that guy fucking with the power, and it's John Leguizamo in one of the scenes, but has a fucking blowtorch out there. I'm like, what are you fucking blowtorching onto the power?
And then he goes into another ventilation system.
Mm-hmm.
How's this happening to me again?
Yeah, I love at the end of the movie, that's how she's like, why does this keep happening to us?
Well, he says it early in the movie, too, to himself.
That's funny because we're watching 2 second movies where the similar thing is happening during Christmas time that happened before. This week, and they both kind of end with people being like, fuck Christmas, so. Robert Patrick, the Skywalk shootout. That's fun.
That is a good shootout.
He's just always terrifying, so he does a good job.
He's a great villain, like, regardless of what you think. Like,
he's great in Fire in the Sky, too. Like, he's just great. Underrated.
For sure.
He's good in X-Files. 230 people killed. God damn.
Yeah, when you blow up an entire fucking plane and like, oh yeah, we're gonna change the altitude so they don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, holy shit.
Yep.
There's some good explosions in this movie.
Oh, and then Atherton gets him to use his the mic receiver to tune into the cockpit frequency and listen in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the beacon broadcast for now, but then they eventually get some chatter and figure out what's going on, and he's of course calling the news station like an ass.
Well, I like how he like goes and looks out the window right by where Holly's sitting at. He's like, oh, there's planes are pretty close. And they're like, oh yeah.
Oh, the janitor in the basement, that's giving him blueprints and shit all the time. He's in the Hills Have Eyes remake.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
He's the gas station guy that isn't one of the mutants, but he like is manipulated by them. Another gun battle.
One of many.
How much ammo did he bring?
Oh, fucking, he flies away from an explosion and it looks fucking terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that effect? God damn.
Which one? When he ejects out of the airplane?
No, before that, right?
Yeah, I can't remember exactly when it is.
Oh, as
before the church.
On the snowmobile?
Yes.
Yeah, when he blows over the road.
Oh,
and
yes, that's exactly what it is when they shoot the
that
snowmobile.
Just fucking had Christmas Vacation scenes like running through my head.
We need to replace the music with
yes,
that.
I know, that's all I could think about was Clark going, ah!
And then have, as soon as he
Have him
lands,
fly into Walmart.
cut to
Yeah.
Eddie. Bingo.
Yes, that's exactly what I felt like, and it's amazing.
Holly is finally concerned, and they find them at the church, and there's I just wrote beeper fight. I don't even know what that means.
So John's going up to the church, and then
Well, that's why I said his wife pages him right.
Holly
and he's-
pages him, and then alerts him, and so that
Beeper
starts a
fight.
fight.
Yeah.
That's a good note, though. I mean, it ring the bell for us. So,
yeah, this is more tragic than the first movie. It's less fun. Icicle in the eye, fucking horror kill.
Yeah, I like that.
yes, I love that. I was like, man, that tees up perfectly with our other movie we're talking about on the next segment.
I love
He
it.
should have used a carrot.
I didn't even plan that.
That's a happy little accident.
I wrote John McClane on a snowmobile. This is
Snowmobile.
Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
The sergeant is in on it, and he slits the dude's throat in there that isn't one of them, basically.
This is a major, but yeah, whatever.
Whatever, fucking guy.
Yeah, the major's in on it, cuts the new guy's throat. He's like, yeah, I wish you were too, so I wouldn't have to do this. And cuts his throat. You're like, fuck.
Then he McClane almost shoots Lorenzo when he figures this out with the blanks and shit, and he almost shits his pants.
Yeah, well, he's like, I had a fucking dead aim on it, and then realizes what's going on with it. And then I love that fucking shooting in the police station where he just fucking unloads it, and he's like, because the red tape's the real bullets, the blue tape's the blanks. So.
And then she's praying, and you know what she says? Thy rod and the staff will come for me.
Oh, boy.
And I was like,
They
cue
sure
the
will.
saxophone music.
Come all ye faithful.
Yeah, come on, you're faithful. In or on?
Come.
Ask where they want it. That's what I always recommend. See where they like it.
Come.
It's got to be consensual.
Don't listen to them when they say come in me.
You got to know what you're
Don't do it.
I got the guy fighting him on the side of the airplane. He gets dropped off by the helicopter, right? That's fucking epic. And then the guy gets sucked into the propeller. Fucking rules.
Yeah, which probably would have fucking destroyed the engine there.
It would have been a lot more bloody, too.
Yes.
But it was still fun.
At the time, they just showed a little bit of blood there, so.
Still, that's a pretty gruesome kill. The icicle kill, the guy getting crushed under the thing, 230 people dying in a plane crash.
The execution of an old man living in a church, point blank. Like, this movie is fucking brutal, isn't it?
It was all kids on that plane, too.
Oh, and then he lights the stream of fuel on fire.
That was fucking dope. I love that. And then everyone's like, yeah, we can land by the fire. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. That's like it's like chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Yeah, that plane explosion is really good.
Yeah, the practical effects in here look great because those explosions looked epic as fuck.
Yeah. Classic 90s explosions. Reminded me of Independence Day and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was here for it overall. I don't take it too seriously or anything. I just have a good time with it. It's a good holiday flick. I'm definitely going to add that to the actual year-round list and do a double feature with Die Hard.
How close would you rank it to the first one?
In terms of...
Like, how many point disparity would you give it?
For me personally, if Die Hard is a 9 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10.
Ooh.
Probably an 8.5 overall. Then this would probably be a 7.5.
So a point drop.
Yeah, but that's if I'm just going off personal taste and how much I enjoy actually watching it. If I'm trying to rank it as an actual film and be a real critic, it would definitely drop like 3 points because it does a lot of
It does a lot of the same things, but the thing I love about this movie though is the extreme violence.
Yeah.
The shootouts in this movie are fucking brutal. There's just so many of them. Like every time it was like shootout, 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 shootout. Like every scenario and every situation you could be in. Pretty crazy stuff.
I like when action movies have kind of horror-ish kills like the through the eye, you know.
Yeah.
That's what you would do.
I mean, across the genres, yeah. So
you're gonna go right for that brain.
Mm-hmm.
She tells you to come in her, right for the brain.
And then that airplane exploding as it was taking off, killing the bad guys. You're like, that's great.
Oh,
Great.
Classy.
Would that happen that way though?
I don't know. It's a movie.
Don't
a lot
know.
of things
Yeah.
wouldn't happen this way. They wouldn't have let John McClane do any of this shit.
Yeah, and
he's the Takakami.
When you show the airplane
hero.
spewing fuel out of a upward-facing tank and the plane is just taxiing, I don't think your fuel is going to be flowing out like that.
I mean, I don't even know if the
And if it was, you'd
exhaust
probably
is,
see it on the.
if it's lightable like that. I don't know. I don't know about that kind of shit. But
Yeah. Either way, it looks fucking
You don't know enough about
crazy
blowing
on
up
film.
planes.
no.
Yeah, no, I had a good time watching this. A lot more fun than I thought I would. I was like, Die Hard 2 is the Die Hard movie I hear people talk about the least. I don't hear people talk about it a lot.
I love Die Hard 3. Actually, maybe a half a point, a little bit more than this one, just because Sam Jackson's in it.
Well, yeah.
I remember that one being pretty popular when it came out.
It's pretty good.
3 and 4 are
I like
good.
it.
Number 5, I think I enjoyed in the theater, but it's just like so over the top. It's just like,
4 and 5 are both kind of mid, like But
Doesn't he have like a son in one of them or something?
yeah, he has a son and a daughter. Daughter in the first one.
Oh.
When Justin Long is like his sidekick in it, and Kevin Smith has a cameo.
Yeah.
And then 5 has his son in it, and he's another action-y type of dude. So it's I don't like that one as much.
Yeah, 5 looked like they're going to try to hand the reins off to him and do other ones with this kid, but
I think other people like 5 more than 4, though. I think that's the general reception. But
yeah, I mean, I have fun with them just for action movies, just because I enjoy the genre. But
I have a Die Hard 4 pack that only has the first 4. I don't have 5. I don't.
Do
really
any
care.
of the do any of the ones after 2 take place at Christmas?
No, 3 is I think summer in New York City.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I'm here for it.
That's a huge change of pace, which is nice.
That's the one where the guy calls up Bruce Willis and makes him go out to Harlem with a sign around his neck that says "I hate N-word."
Yeah,
I've seen that meme.
And Sam Jackson goes out there and he's like, "The fuck are you doing out here? You're gonna get killed."
Yep. No, Die Hard 2 is great. Let us know what you think about it. It needs to be a double feature with 1. You need to go right into it because it's 2 years later. But I don't think they ever explained like why him and Holly break up later on. I think they just got over that having her in there, which is fine. Break your own tropes.
I
right?
figure they killed her off or something, but I don't know.
I think they're just divorced later in the other films when they're talking to the kids.
On our way out here, why don't we segue into our Christmas theme, since we didn't use that at the beginning.
Oh yeah, let's check this out. Alec put a little thing together for you.
This is the classic.
Put that cookie down now! Did you fuck my mom, Santa Claus? Did you fuck my mom, Santa? Hallelujah! Holy shit! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
You have a TV? No. I just like to read the TV guide. Read the TV guide. Don't need a TV.
It's out special Christmas. Christmas.
I told you we should have got a seat.